How about those Kansas City Chiefs have now won 2 Super Bowls in the Mahomes, Andy Reid era, and what a game this was. This was awesome. I had a blast watching it. The Chiefs come back from down double digits in the second half, win it by 3. What a game. Let's just get into all the craziness that happened. Let's start off with this play. This is going to be the Travis Kelce touchdown that would happen with about 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Just a good play by the Chiefs. Really, I think this is, again, one of those things that we always talk about, which is the rules are different when you play Kansas City. You don't treat Travis Kelce as a tight end. You treat him as an elite wide receiver. You treat him the same way you treat Jamar Chase, right? That should be the mindset defensively, and this is not what they're doing. I mean, it kind of is. At first it is. You have Darius Slay. He's going to be the guy who's covering Kelce one-on-one in this spot, but when Kelce goes in motion to become the number 2 receiver, which means the receiver second closest towards the sideline, now Darius Slay is going to pass off Kelce. He makes sure he covers the number 1 receiver, the guy closest towards the sideline, but the reality is you just can't do that. Because watch how quickly Kelce wins. I mean, he's running a nice route on top of this. I mean, that's what Kelce does, and you see just how well open he's going to get. I'm not saying that Darius Slay certainly would have covered him. I don't know. But if you can get him off of Darius Slay, do it. And if you're the Eagles, try to get your best cover player on him as much as possible. In this situation, I think they had an opportunity to leave Slay on him and chose not to. Again, the rules are different with Kelce. Mahomes able to make the throw, not difficult throw to make. Kelce slides down also after making the catch, but he gets into the end zone for a touchdown and sets a tone early of, 87, one of the most uncoverable players in football, and not only that, but Andy Reid knows how to scheme him open on top of it. This is what makes him so deadly. But then we saw some offensive struggles by Kansas City, and granted, they got one less possession because of the fumble touchdown, which obviously you're happy with if you're a Chiefs fan, but still, you got not too many possessions, but you were only able to get 1 touchdown in this first half offensively. What went wrong was, well, first there was this one, which this was another drive where it seemed like things were going well. I mean, they got the ball inside of 25 right here. Travis Kelce continues to be uncoverable. They're going with this 3rd down and 3, kind of a unique situation where they're going to roll Mahomes out towards the bottom of the screen, and they're leaving Reddick unblocked. My question, though, is what was the plan here? I'm not sure if, you'll often do this when you run like a play action to the other side of the field, which the idea is the edge rusher kind of just goes to that side of the field and you can just run around them. But that's not what's happening here. It's sort of like a half-hearted play action, and it's going to be towards the bottom of the screen. So typically you don't do that with leaving an edge rusher unblocked. It seems like right when this play begins, you have a halfback who I don't think was trying to block Reddick, but kind of is in a situation where he has no choice but to at least get some contact on him. But look at how Reddick is able to get by him, and he trips up Mahomes. Mahomes is falling, and Mahomes is, the most difficult quarterback to sack in the league, right? He's one of those things where you push him down, but he doesn't quite fall, and he's able to make throws while still off balance. That's what he's going to look to do here. He has a teammate who is on the ground because he fell, which, again, weird stuff with the grass. A lot of falling, it seemed, in this Super Bowl, which is odd because I read somewhere they spent like $800,000 on the grass for the Super Bowl. Well, I don't know. Maybe just give them the grass they're used to playing on. That might work better. I also have no idea if that number is true. Don't quote me on that or anything. But anyways, Mahomes is going to try to throw it to a player who's on the ground, which would have been incredible if it worked. As you see, it does not. Good defense by Philadelphia all around. Nothing Mahomes can do. And then, of course, they would decide to go with a field goal there, which, I don't like the call. I think that in Super Bowls, you have to play a little bit more aggressive. Andy Reid, one of the more conservative 4th down decision makers in football. To me, the way I see it is, analytics had it as a toss-up, whether you should go for it or not go for it. When you have Patrick Mahomes, toss-ups mean you go for it. It means that you'd make that decision. That's what, taking, your sort of experience into account and, game situations into account. I think they should have gone for it. But again, worst case scenario happened with the missed field goal on top of it. And then really, stuff like this happened where we just saw, again, part of this was you get into a 2nd and 15. It's a tough situation. You only have 2 plays to try and pick up the 15 yards. But still, the Eagles don't want to give up a 7-yard completion here. So it's still somewhat regular defense. Mahomes is going to take the snap, though, and there's going to be pressure. And you see how Mahomes is able to somehow get out of this. It looked like no one was able to actually get a hand on him. Kind of his own offensive lineman ran into him. And again, Mahomes, the toughest guy to bring down in football, it seems. Certainly the toughest quarterback at the very least. But you see, we're 5 seconds into this play right here. You typically expect something gets open, but this is why coverage units can be so important at the NFL level. Watch as you're going to see Patrick Mahomes throw across his body basically to no one because no one was open. And that's just what the Eagles were doing, is they weren't giving up separation. And when separation isn't been given up, you're going to struggle. And that's why the Eagles were able to have a 10-point lead at the half and why the Chiefs were only able to get that one touchdown. And obviously it doesn't help that Mahomes gets banged up on the very next play. We then saw the return of Patrick Mahomes, right? This drive kind of said, listen, I'm not going away. I'm still Patrick Mahomes. This is what he was able to do. A couple of these plays where it's going to be a man coverage play, single safety deep, man coverage, one-on-one matchups across the board. And kind of what is the thing that we talk about with the Chiefs? Outside of Travis Kelce, they don't really have a guy who consistently wins one-on-ones, but they have a lot of guys who win one-on-ones somewhat consistently, right? And that pairs with Patrick Mahomes really well, who has such good vision and can extend plays so long, he can get to so many different reads. Look at how when this play begins, the offensive line does a very good job. Mahomes starts to scramble out, extends the play a little bit, and eventually is going to find a matchup that he likes. This is going to be, actually, Justin Watson is going to be the guy. Definitely not someone who's a household name, but again, they have just a lot of guys who are capable of making plays when necessary. And, Watson is open. As you see, Mahomes is able to make this off-balance throw because, of course, he is, and they're able to pick up a first down. He was able to make a couple of those plays on that drive, and that's how they were able to go from down 10 to down just 3. And then this play, the one that would give them the lead here with 12 minutes left in the game, where it's actually just a blunder by Darius Slay. I mean, that's what this play is. It's going to be, I've circled, 4 players in that section right there. You see that Kadarius Tony is moving in motion towards the middle of the field, basically going from the offense's right to the offense's left. And really just Slay completely buys this fake. That's what happens. He's not actually going to be in motion in that direction. Clever play call by Andy Reid, and Slay just completely falls for it. Look at how you hear Slay. He's calling for a switch right here. What he's trying to do is get the safety to take on Kadarius Tony, which would mean that now he's going to cover Tony, and Slay would run into the safety position, and Slay basically plays safety on this play. The issue that we can see is that Kadarius Tony is no longer running in that direction. And again, this is the great play call to run with Kadarius Tony because he is so shifty and can move so well. He can, you can use him in ways like this, which is definitely clever. Watch as you see Tony just gets wide open here. He's able to get into the end zone for a touchdown. That's Andy Reid and Kadarius Tony. At first I thought, they were paying too much attention to Kelce, which I wouldn't have faulted them for. That's actually not what happened. It was just Slay got caught with his, got caught not looking at his man for a second, and it burned him. And then this play, which is just, it's so clutch. It's just so clutch. That's the way you view it. It feels like every time they need Mahomes to have a big scramble, he does, right? I don't know how he does it, but every time they need him to, it seems like he does. In this situation, first down and 10, but obviously you want to get in field goal range here. That's the first thing, is make sure you get in position to where you can score with just under 3 minutes left. As you see, Mahomes is going to take the snap. It's man coverage. So the Eagles, really no one is open downfield. That's what we're assuming because Mahomes doesn't throw it downfield. Usually when someone's open, he throws it there. So Mahomes didn't love what he sees, but has a window to scramble up. Not a big one though, right? Like most quarterbacks, if they try to move up here, realistically get tackled around now. Hey, maybe you gain a yard or two, which is better than getting sacked or throwing the ball away, but still not much happens. But Mahomes just continues to be, it seems like he shouldn't be, but see, he still is somehow the toughest guy in football to bring down, it feels like. Watch as he just goes and he's just able to stay one step ahead of every Eagle player until finally he goes down, but inside the 20-yard line. He's doing this while injured, and he reaggravated the injury in this game. I don't know, maybe he's on painkillers or something, but just unbelievable. There would then be a, call it what you want. Did you like the holding call? Did you not like the holding call? Either way, Chiefs able to run out the clock, win the football game. Incredible win from them. They deserve it. That's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.